ABBA are back. They're our music theme tonight. So is Cristiano Ronaldo back at Manchester United. The question is next, how he'll perform for the club. And of course, some views that we've heard from other pundits on talkSPORT, whether he would have been better off at Manchester City. Your views on that, 08717 223344. This is Kickoff. I'm Hugh Wizencroft alongside Craig Mitch and the former England midfielder Carlton Palmer, who is with us tonight. Let's talk Cristiano Ronaldo. He broke the record this week, as you know, for men's international goal scoring against the Republic of Ireland. He's now got 111, almost 37 years old. I wonder if he's the greatest international player of all time, but will he do it this season at Manchester United, in particular as a goal scorer? We were talking a little bit earlier on about Gabby Agbonlahor. Craig, you're a Spurs fan. Wake up this morning, Gabby Agbonlahor's trending. talkSPORT, 16,000 tweets. I thought, wow. what have he done now? And I clicked, and there I saw it. Gabby Agbonlahor, the fans not happy with him saying in a big match, in a final, he'd rather have Harry Kane than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're talking to one of the biggest Harry Kane fans on the planet. I think everyone knows that about me. However, yeah, in a final, I mean, that's ludicrous. You got to take Cristiano Ronaldo. He's done it time and time again. He's decorated. He's got so many trophies. He's shown up in finals. Unfortunately, Kane hasn't done his thing in finals yet. But if you ask me across a season right now, how old's Ronaldo? 36?
36.
36-year-old Ronaldo or Harry Kane? I'm taking Harry Kane across the season. But if it's a one-off final game, I'm taking Ronaldo.
Nah. Listen, 36. Everybody talks about 36 as that being a old age. I remember playing at Leeds United. Well, me and Gary McAllister played at Coventry together. Macca and I were 36 and 37. Golden Strachan was 40. If you're fit, it's not a problem. It won't be a problem for Cristiano. I'll tell you now, he will. I think I backed United to win the league before the season started. Signing Cristiano, I think that's sealed it for me. He'll get 20 goals. And
if they signed Harry Kane, sorry to interrupt, if they signed Harry Kane instead in this window, how many goals would Harry Kane get? Man United?
Oh no, for sure. I'm still saying if they sign Harry Kane, they win the league. They sign Ronaldo, they win the league.
But who would you rather have over a season if you had one of the two to pick from?
Oh, I'd take Ronaldo all day long.
Wow. Go on, Carlton, what were you saying?
No, well, listen. I think Ronaldo offers more, not just with his goals. I think him going back to United, it's much more than a footballing matter. I mean, Ronaldo's a business. I believe on the day he signed for Real Madrid, they did £80 million in shirts. On the day he signed for Juventus, they did 60 million. His Instagram followers are 336 million, 46 million more than Man United. And his Twitter following is 67 million more than Manchester United club. So Ronaldo's a business. So regardless of what happens on the field, that's a great signing. So if you look at, say, Harry Kane, for instance now, he's 28 years of age. Right, Man City, they were 140 million. If you look at paying 4 years of paying him something like £500,000 a week, that'd be 96 million. That'd be 236 million when he's 32, and he's not the same brand as Ronaldo, so it's not going to happen. He's not going to leave there because nobody's going to take that chance. But people will still do it for Ronaldo like they did with Ibrahimovic. And, Ronaldo brings something to the table. If you're fit and you look after himself, he's a big, strong, powerful lad and he's got pace. And they have got the players that can play him in. I don't get me wrong, I like Harry Kane. Harry Kane is a superb player, but when you start putting him into the bracket of, an 150 million, 160 million pound player, I don't see that. I don't see
all the goals, all the assists.
He's got golden boot and golden assist.
Yeah. Well, if listen, put it this way, I don't see it, and certainly Man City don't see it because they haven't paid it. The asking price was 140 million for him to go, and people are looking at this is not just about him as a footballer. This is looking at his age at 28.
But there's also the context of the pandemic as well. There's also that context. We don't know if there wasn't a pandemic that they wouldn't go and spend that extra money on him.
Well, when you look at is it Malpay? Real Madrid have just bid Mbappe.
Yeah.
Just bid 180 million for him.
Yeah.
So, but the difference is again going back to him. How old is
Very young.
22.
Yeah.
You look at Ireland now. He's going to be out. He's going to be 22 years of age next year, right? And his release clause is 65 million. If you pay him 50 million in salary for the 4 years, he's still only going to be 25 and cost you 150 million.
Let's hear what a mate of yours, former England midfielder Trevor Sinclair, thought about what Ronaldo might do this season.
Manchester United play 60 games. He won't be able to play every game and be top drawer for every game. So that'll be down to Ollie to plan his games when he wants him to make the impact, when he wants him to play. And listen, Edinson Cavani, he's not just going to lie down and say, oh, Ronaldo's coming here, I'll just wait for my opportunity. When he gets his opportunity and he starts knocking him in the back of the net, then Ollie's got a problem. Who am I going to play? And that's about man management. And that actually comes back to a fundamental where you say, whoever's doing the business has to play. It doesn't matter about your name. And that goes for Ronaldo as well.
You've got to remember, he's a big pal of mine, Trevor. But you've got to remember, he's all City. He's all City. Let me tell you, Ronaldo can play every league game this season. Make no bones about that. Wow. He's a fit lad. Listen, all this thing about age and what, if you look after yourself and you're fit, then you can play in this league.
Listen, I'm a Manchester United fan, but I still want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager, to take care of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, no, but
there's a lot of pressure in the Premier League on the body physically. There's a high work rate, and you want him at his absolute best at the end of the season for the big games that really count. So I still think Edinson Cavani's going to get his fair share of games. Mason Greenwood will start as a number 9 in his fair share of games. Maybe even Anthony Martial. I don't think you can play Cristiano in every single match.
But you don't. Listen, you can start it off saying you're not going to play him in every game and manage it. You wait and see. The impact he will have on Manchester United will be huge, and I'll tell you why. Trevor would probably back me up on this. Years gone by, he might not have had that impact. You know why? Because there were better defenders. In the Premier League now, there are poor defenders, right?
Really?
Yeah, poor defenders.
I agree.
There are poor defenders, and they will not be able to deal with Ronaldo's movement and Ronaldo's pace. Trust me. So they can manage his games, but the impact he'll have for Manchester United. But you've seen it with Cavani. You know, he's got good pace, movement off the shoulder. With Ronaldo's cleverness and his movement, you know, listen.
He's not in his prime anymore.
You're a big fan, Carlton.
No, it's not just that. I've played at 36, at 37. So I know that if you're fit, and I've played every game at 36 and 37. So I've seen Gary McAllister do it and go to Liverpool and win the treble at 36 and 37. I've seen Gordon Strachan do it at Leeds United, play every game at the age of 40 and still be going up and down the field. But now, they were good defenders around at that time. I'm not saying they're all poor defenders, but not at the level they were at that time.
You played against a young Cristiano Ronaldo. What was it like?
Well, I'll tell you what surprised me was I could not believe how big he was when I was stood in the tunnel next to him. I mean, you're talking about 6'2", and he's filled out and he's physically strong. And you got to remember, he's played in this league before. He's not coming back to a league that he doesn't know about. He's not going to put his reputation on the line and come back and not achieve something. He's come back here to finish this off and win a league title or maybe a European Cup.
Is he your GOAT, your greatest of all time?
I wouldn't have him down as the greatest of all time. I certainly think he's up there. You know, you can't have him. He's not won a World Cup. You know, but he's got to be up there in the likes of your Pelés, in your likes of those kind of players. You've got to put him up there in the
Messi?
class. You've got to put him in with that. You've got to put him in there. But I'll tell you what he brings to the table for Man United as well. With the younger players, he brings that professionalism to the club. He'll be in the gym every day. The standards will be set like when Fergie set the standard with Ronaldo, with those type of players in the dressing room. And the standard will rise in that dressing room.